Hi everybody, Martyn the Flicking Feathers again today. I'm tying an Offshore Banger. So a Bob Popovic's pattern. Go on here. Good offshore fly. You can use it for billfish, you can use it for like mahi, other species. It's just a good fly. As always, I'll put a materials list in the description, along with a link to the Patreon page for anybody that wants to support the channel, get access to the members only content, along with being eligible for the giveaways. So this is basically a tube fly, and you need a foam cylinder. I'm using a blue one so you can sort of see it better, but I've also got a white one ready here. You know, the colour of the cylinder doesn't really matter, it's not that important. Tie them, I would say, I mean, it's up to you. I think an inch, this is an inch 25mm foam cylinder that I'm using for these. Plenty big enough. 1 inch, 3/4 inch I think are probably the best sizes. 1/2 inch makes a good size for smaller species like the mahi and things. I wouldn't go any smaller than that for the offshore version. Right, so this tube is undrilled, so I'll need to make a hole in it. If you get pre-bored tubes somewhere, that's fine, but cylinders I should say. So I've put a hole right in the middle at the front, or the back, doesn't matter, and I'm going to do the same at this side. Right, and then I'm going to come in and I'm just going to try to make sure I'm straight in the way in, and hopefully I'll meet my other hole. And you just adjust it, you want to just I like to have it quite well centred. If it's not perfect, it doesn't matter, but it's better if it is. Now I'll push this right down onto the widest section of the needle, and this side will be the front because there's the cleanest hole there. I'm going to heat up this needle with my lighter. You don't need it red hot, but you want it quite hot. And then I'll pull it back in and allow the heat to sort of fix that hole. And I'll come in from the other end. Use the back of the needle to widen it. Do that a couple of times. The residual heat's plenty. And then we're going to take this rigid tube. This is 3mm tube, so HMH tube. Push it in. I want it a wee bit longer than the foam cylinder, so take it, cut it there, get a wee squeeze there to bring it back to round, and then the side with the best centering I want to be the front, so it'll be like that. If it's slightly off at the back, it's less important. So now we've got the cylinder with a wee bit of tube. Right, some people like to put the tube in after, but I find it easier to do it at the beginning. I'm going to heat this up again. Just a tip. I'm going to start putting some holes in it. You want them quite close to the edge, maybe a couple of mil away. try to keep the spacing kinda even. Heat this again. A wee hand drill is also possible to use. It's just up to you what you prefer, really. Try and keep these reasonably evenly spaced. Keep the fly kind of balanced. Then we've got something like this. Then we're going to take some Decorators tape, right? You can get this, like this. Witchcraft, I think, makes it, but any sort of lure tape will do. You get these in the, maybe not in the fly shop, but in the lure shop. And I've cut it so that when I wrap it around the tube, I've got 15mm, half an inch of overlap. Now it's a bit longer, it's actually a wee bit too long, so I'm just going to take a 5mm off the back end. I mean, again, it doesn't need to be perfect, as long as it's roughly there. Get a wee test. So I'll have like this, and hopefully you can see there I've got a small lip around the back. This just catches any extra epoxy and covers up the gap. So just take off the backing. This is actually really quite sticky. Get it on. What I like to do though, just to ensure that it's got to stay stuck as I'll come along, I'll just opposite roughly where it's stuck on, I'll put a bit of super glue, and then I'll roll it around, making sure it's nicely stuck in, and then as I'm coming up to where it first meets the foam and the overlap's going to happen, same again, just a brush of glue. And I've got a wee step there, if that bothers you, you can cut it away. Doesn't really make any difference. These are no finesse flies. So now I've got this nice shiny cylinder. Plenty of flash on that. You don't need any more. I'll get my eyes. big eyes, at least 10mm, 14 if you want, and then just again as a bit of sort of, to offer a bit of security, I'll put some super glue. I'm going to stick this where the end of the foam is, end of the foil is, sorry. So it's actually overlapping the join. Right, and then opposite side, a bit of glue. Have a look from below to try to make sure they're even. Close enough. Try to avoid dropping them. Well, it doesn't really matter, you know, they're tough. Just a pain in the arse. Right, right. So got my eyes on. They're not quite straight, but I don't really care. They're close enough for this purpose. And then we're ready to mix up some epoxy. You don't need a ton, obviously, and you need some saddle hackles or slapping. I've already selected a dozen or so of these. It's better to get them ready in advance. If you don't, you're going to just have a mess. And then it's just a case of mixing your epoxy. And this is, I'm using 10-minute epoxy, so I'll only need to mix one batch, hopefully, if I've got enough. Some people prefer, I know, to do a couple of smaller batches with 5 or even the 3-minute quick drying. Then just dip the stem of the hackle in the epoxy, and then you just push it in the hole. You don't need loads of epoxy per feather. Just work your way around. Sometimes it needs a wee bit of force to get it in. If there's any kind of soft looking crappy bits at the bottom, just cut them as you go, or you can do it before. It's a lot easier if you make sure you just go into the, you know, you follow the holes around in order. You don't want to go into the wrong hole. I mean, probably not that big a deal, but it just makes your life easier. And you can see now it's starting to sort of get an idea of the shape. And I try to keep them so that they're kind of following the curve, like the outside, the good side of the feather is facing out. And actually what happens is you start to build up a wee mass of epoxy in there, even though you're not adding that much per fly, per feather, sorry. It sort of squeezes out the hole, and it'll end up being like a wee ring of epoxy. In the back there, sort of bonding everything together. And you just repeat this all the way around. I've filled the back with hackle, and the fly's done. There you go. An Offshore Banger. Nice big face, nice big profile. Ideal if you're going for sailfish or similar. Any offshore target really. So you just let the epoxy dry, and that's it. If you want an extra wee bit of security, what you can do is you can kind of come in round the front here, run a wee bead. Again, just to make sure that tape's bonded to the foam. But really, these don't spend a lot of time in the water until you catch a fish. So it's no paramount. Anyway, I hope that was useful. Hope you enjoyed it, the Bob's Banger offshore version. It's in his book, Pop Flies, but I thought I'd do a wee video for you. So, have a wee go at these and let me know how you go on. Tight lines, guys. Bye.